In this one we have 2 body styles and 3 liveries, starting with the green pickup with frames in just plain all over green, and also the British Post Office telephones version, and then we have the HM Coast Guard, which is in the hardtop body. But before we get to those, we have some news. Whilst browsing the internet, I came across this Army Camouflage version 1 model. As you can see, it seems to have borrowed the wheels from the Army Red Cross version, and it was on a German website, and it was part of a multiple listing, and by the time I got to see it, this example, it was long gone. However, it raises a question: was this just a one-off from the factory? Was this possibly someone that somebody had cobbled together from 2 different models? However, the seller does say that it was new, so the first scenario would seem most likely. But was this a one-off, or are there a small batch of these out there? This is one I would very much like to add to the collection, but I've got a feeling it's going to take a bit of finding. Right, let's move on to the first of our subjects for this episode, and it is the green pickup with frames. The first livery is the all-over green, and in this rather dark picture you can see this model looks rather good, and it is rather scarce. This colour scheme blending perfectly into a farm scene on a model railway, etc. The numbers produced of this one, I have got absolutely no idea, but its popularity may give a clue as to why it's so difficult to find. We only have one version of this in the collection and can find no evidence of any more as of this date. The one we have has the WXX registration number and unpainted running gear with Type B wheels. So is there a version of this with Type A wheels out there that we don't know about? Perhaps you'll know better. The second livery applied to this green pickup saw the application of the words Post Office Telephones to each of the driver and passenger doors. Now, the Post Office telephones were set up in 1969 when the UK government decided that such services were to be separated from the Royal Mail Postal Service. It would remain that way until 1979, when the government again decided that a complete separation of the 2 entities should take place, and Post Office telephones were renamed British Telecom. We know of 3 versions of this one, 2 of which we have in the collection. One is one of the original models, and one is the Oxford diecast re-release, which came in a 3-car set, and interestingly this was one of them with the very plain headlight arrangement. So if this comes out as a standalone, again this is one worth looking out for, as it may well feature the enhanced headlamp arrangement seen on previous models that have gone from 3-car set to single issue status. The third version that we're aware of comes with a painted vent panel and also painted axles and running gear, but can only be found up to date with Type B wheels. But this would suggest this model could predate the all-over green version, which we've been unable to find with any of these features. We now move to a different body style that we've not particularly looked at before. Now this is the hardtop or van version, and there's only one livery to be had in this, and that is of the HM Coast Guard emergency response vehicle. There are 4 versions of this one, and One addition that we've not seen before is that some of these have had a tow bar added. Some of the models we are going to look at in future episodes were paired with a boat and trailer, which could be towed by the use of a tow bar. So it's possible this model was going to undergo the same treatment, or may well have done so, but I've not come across it yet. Of the 4 versions, these all span all the combinations you would expect, right from the very early version through to the later one with the Type 2 vent panel. But Oxford Diecast have not yet redone this one, so we'll wait and see where they go with that. Although this model has a different body, the base plate remains exactly the same as the previous ones we've looked at and is subject to all the differences, etc., depending on when the model was made. So Cararama, having gone to the trouble of making this casting, then only releasing it in one version, does seem rather odd. Some of the other liveries they've done in the soft tops would have suited and been more prototypical, having been added to the hard top, yet they didn't do this. Why? Who knows? It would have been nice to have seen some more models in this casting. That about winds us up for these and this episode. Till the next time, happy collecting.